Hello, so I'm going to describe to you the personality of a Bharani rising native. This is part 2 of 27 series. Bharani falls in the sign of Aries, so it's ruled by Mars. So Mars is going to have an impact in determining how a Bharani native is going to be like. And the constellation itself, Bharani, is ruled by Venus. So Mars and Venus is coming together is a sign of someone very passionate, very driven, very youthful, very sensual, very magnetic too. Immediately, I'd like to give you the example of Cate Blanchett. In her chart, I found Bharani to be her rising constellation. So she naturally carries that charm about her. In her case, she's also helped by Venus's exalted position in the constellation of Revati. So in her case, that charm is doubled as Venus is super strongly placed. But let's come back to Bharani rising in general. I also think the individual would be a bit of an outcast. In the sense the individual would be a risk taker. There's a lot to do with Martian energy and Lord Yama's character wanting to do things the first time. So like individuals who climb a mountain never climbed before, or trying new things which have never been done before. I was reading the life story of Cate Blanchett. She did play the role of a man in one of the movies. That's something new that actors don't generally do. It's a bit of a risk. So a Bharani native can be a bit of a risk taker. And Mars and Venus coming together is a sign of someone very inclined to experience sensual pleasure. And given the mythology linked to Bharani, the individual can be drawn to drawing pleasure from receiving or giving pain. Lord Yama is the Lord of Justice, therefore a Bharani native is likely to have a strong sense of right and wrong, and may also fight to set things right in the society in some ways. Passionately fighting, no, I think we have to fight climate change, those kind of individuals. This constellation belongs to the nature of Ugra, which translates to fierce. When they see injustice there, they are going to go all out trying to set things right, particularly if this constellation, Bharani rising, in the Navamsha chart falls in the 8th sign. This constellation is going to fall in either one of those 4 signs. 5, 6, 7 and 8. So if it's the 8th sign, the sign of Scorpio, a more intense, passionate side is going to be visible. If it's the sign of Virgo, for example, you're going to be more logical. You would reason things better. You'll not gravitate to the extreme. If it's the sign of Libra, which is the case in the case of Cate Blanchett, you are likely to have a very magnetic personality. If it's the sign of Leo, you could also be a leader of some kind, leading a group of outcasts, for example. So altogether, I think a Bharani native could be a very interesting person, very creative, original thinker, a risk taker. So if you have your Bharani rising, please post a comment. I'd like to know more about you. This is it. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.